Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great Friday night. Shout out to everybody who came in on our live stream. We always have a great time. You know, there's so many things that are going on in there. I'm not sure exactly what was going on with Tay Cowboys and I Love Weed and everything else, but they were having their own little party within the stream itself. I'm a little tired right now, so I'm going to get this video on out of here because it's the fireside chat. I just don't have the fire going. I'm actually here doing some work and stuff on this house here and don't have any furniture to be able to like set this all up. I'm literally using my workbench, my fold-up DeWalt workbench, as a table, a desk, and a workbench to do this. But, you know, when you want to do something, you find a way to get it done. So, this weekend, we are a 10.5-point favorite for the Colts. And no matter what we do, it's not going to be good enough. We blew out the Minnesota Vikings 40-3. And you listen to guys like Shady McCoy, they didn't prove nothing. You mean so the one of the two teams that beat Minnesota Vikings didn't matter? And then 4 days later, we played the Giants, a division rival who had only lost 3 games this season. We beat them back-to-back. Doesn't matter? Okay. So, if we beat the Colts 40-0, they're going to say, well, it's just the Colts. It's Matty Ice. It is Jeff Saturday, who shouldn't be a head coach. But be it as it may, if we get a win, it'll be our 9th win. And for the Cowboys, over the next 4 games, 3 of them are at home. We have definitely a favorable schedule right now. We get these next couple of wins going into Christmas Eve against the Eagles. It's going to be a tough one. And I dare say that this weekend is going to be a big weekend in the NFC East. Again, we've got the easiest matchup. We got the left hands up, the Commanders going against the Giants. Now, the Giants may be better shape this week because they have a couple extra days to get ready. And I believe 7 of the players that were out, 7, will be back against the Commanders. And it's a division game. So, you know, right now, as Rio puts it, they're the hottest team in the NFL. Okay, if you want to say so, Rio. That's cool. You and Pizzle, you guys have fun together playing over there. But there's also the Eagles versus the Titans. Titans have a good record. Okay. Forgive me. Sorry. It's been a long day. But here's the thing about the Titans. This is one of those cases where you wonder, how good is the team really? The Titans have 2 victories over the Colts. They beat the Texans. They beat the Packers. They beat the Raiders. They beat the Commanders with Carson Wentz. And they beat the Broncos. The best team on that list is the Commanders. And that was before when they had Carson Wentz. Here's what's funny. I want to play this. Listen to this.
All right, the Titans head to Philadelphia to face off against the Eagles. It is always sunny in Philadelphia, though. What intrigues us about this game, Kyle?
Well, Peter just brought us there. The Eagles had 363 yards rushing last week. 3 and they're at home, and this is a game against a team that matters. And I've said this all week. I think the Titans are going to win this game. Sometimes you got to go from the hip with your gut. I don't see the Mike Vrabel Titans team just fading down the stretch. They don't do it. It is like a college program that always gets to that quality bowl game, whether it be the Tony the Tiger Bowl or any other. I think the Titans win this game on the road in Philadelphia. Philadelphia.
A.J. Brown Bowl. You want to trade me away? You don't think I can be worth the money that some of these guys in this league are making? I'm going to go make a statement. And if I know Nick Sirianni, and I know Howie Roseman, and I know Jalen Hurts, those guys have been scorned before. Those guys have been told they're not good enough. Those guys have been burned. They're going to get A.J. Brown the rock. A.J. Brown's going to have a day. Whether they win or lose, I can't tell you right now. I promise you A.J. Brown has big numbers.
Somebody's going to be coming out of this game with some MVP talk to it. And I don't know. It might be Derrick Henry. It might not be just Jalen Hurts. Derrick Henry.
Okay. So this is a case of you don't really know how good a team is by their record. So when I say that you're beating the Colts, the Texans, Green Bay, Raiders, you're literally talking about all of the bottom feeders. There's not a good team in, like you say, the Commanders, but that was before they got their mojo going. So we don't know how good Tennessee actually is. If you go by the record, they're great. But are they? Now, this is their opportunity to go ahead and make a statement that if they can go ahead and beat the Eagles, who, mind you, their biggest win is against Minnesota and the Cowboys without Dak Prescott. So this is one of those games that is going to be a big one from the standpoint of really elevating your team. If the Titans beat the Eagles with the victories that they already have, all of a sudden you start talking about, okay, they could have home field advantage, that they could be one of the top teams in the AFC. If the Eagles do that, then of course that's the Eagles can say, well, we got a quality win because we beat the Titans and yada, yada, yada. Now, back to the other game. If Washington really is the hottest team in the NFL, they're going against a New York Giant team that's kind of lost their way, that maybe had already peaked, that the Cowboys definitely softened up for them. And that's a chance for them to take a step further, possibly up the playoff chain, because the Giants are kind of fading in. Right now, Washington is at that 7th seed. The Giants are at that 6th seed. If Washington can get a win there, all of a sudden you start looking at it and saying, hey, the Giants are fading fast, and could possibly let the door open up for the Seattle Seahawks. So we're actually getting to that time of year where games start really mattering, start really beginning to separate the cream from the crop. And teams start kind of tensing up a little bit, because now every game really does start to matter in the grand scheme of things. December is where you need to start getting your liftoff point going into the playoffs and getting some momentum. So I'm tired. And as you can see, I've been yawning like crazy. I don't sleep well on the road, and I have this aero bed that's over here. That's just, it's too hard, and I just can't explain it. It's not good sleeping on it. And so I sleep for about a half an hour, and then I'm awake for like an hour, which is why I keep yawning like crazy. I just can't sleep on it. Can't wait to be back home tomorrow and sleep in my own bed. But Joseph Heatherly, shout out to Joseph. He is sending me a bunch of stuff to have as giveaways for you guys. And I'm trying to figure out how to do this, because if I say something, everybody's going to say, that's me, that's me. But people in need, if there's some of you that are having some problems, or need a little bit of help or something like that, for real, some of y'all just looking for a handout because you just say, hey, Mark, offering. But seriously though, it's a time of year when you want to help people who are needing some help. And Mark Hutton, I wish I could get down to Florida to help your mom out with the roof and stuff. It's just like, bro, I would love to, but I don't have the time. I can't keep up right now. I can't even sleep at night right now. But my thoughts and prayers are out to you, buddy. But email me, and so we can see what we can do to try and look out for you. Remember to tell the people that you love them. Because people, you might not get the chance again. And I love y'all. Be safe out there, and God willing, I'll see you in the morning. Peace.